Hello and welcome! It is Gauntlet of Greatness time once again. How are things, Shadow?
Everything is awesome.
Everything is awesome. You know what else is awesome? Old-time Magic decks.
Old-timey magic. We should wear perhaps top hats and monocles when we play some of these matchups.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I'll think about that. You first.
Okay. Oh, I'm in. I'm in.
Some of these old-timey Magic decks are a little too good. We have a Hall of Fame now for these historical standard tournaments. The Academy deck, the Bargain deck, and the Jar deck wrecked their way through previous seasons, have been retired to the Hall of Fame. Maybe one of these decks will join them. We'll see. We get to see the debut of the Atarka Red deck this week on Gauntlet of Greatness. We get to see the return of the Mythic deck, this Mythic Conscription. It has back-to-back playoff finishes and a second-place performance, so it is one of the favorites coming into this tournament, I would have to say.
That deck is a beast.
Yeah. Then you got Delver, which keeps doing very well, and then somehow the Rebel deck that will not die. We keep waiting for it to finish last in a group and get relegated into oblivion, and it absolutely refuses to die.
This is the year.
This is the group that's finally going to knock Rebels out.
This is the season. Yes.
All right, look, we'll see what happens. Let's look at this deck. We'll start with the Rebels matchup. So Rebels circa 2000, not exactly a high point for creature decks in the history of Magic, but we'll see how it goes. Here is that Rebels deck. So, yeah, I was saying this during the pregame. Ramosian Sergeant, at the point where it was printed, was probably the best one-mana creature in the history of Magic. Like, you could make a case for Gorilla Shaman back in the day, the so-called Mox Monkey, because of its power level and vintage, but certainly for Standard, like, the ability, single one-mana creature, and you just build an entire army. You get this never-ending supply of, okay, they're 2/2s, or 1/1 flyers, but you just go all the way up the Rebel chain. Given some time and some mana, every one of these searchers will just put an entire army into play. So this deck won a Pro Tour. Kai Buddha won Pro Tour Chicago with this deck. Parallax Wave, probably the most powerful card in the deck. You know, and the creatures are kind of dorky. Chimeric Idol is just, 3 mana, 3/3. That was above the curve at the time. Enough above the curve that you'd play a drawback version of that card. And, get some Wax Wains just to try to mess people up. Now, the opponent is Delver. So, standard legal Delver deck. The point where Delver was at its best was, my opinion, a Rude Chanter's Pike version of the list. So you get Resto Angel, you get Geist of St. Traft, you get some Permission, you get Snapcaster. God, these cards just look so much better than the cards in the Delver deck. But what does Insectile Aberration do against Longbow Archers? 2/2 first strike reach. What do you do? Can't even Gutshot. I mean, what you do is Vapor Snag or Mutagenic Growth. God, this deck looks so good. Ponder. All right, let's. This is the matchup, and we're gonna go straight into it. So, I tell you what, Shadow. I know how much you love the Delver deck, and we got to give the Rebels their shot. I will stick to the Rebel side. I'll give you the higher seeded deck, and let's see.
Good.
How this goes.
Rebels must die.
Rebels must die. What would Kai Buddha say? Kai would say, yeah, that was a long time ago. Creatures used to suck. That's what Kai would say. All right,
so I'm ready for you.
I'm hosting a match.
Oh, sure. Good luck to you, sir.
All right, good luck to you. I'll meet you on Skype, and we can chat more after the match.
Sounds good.
All right, here we go. Oh, lost the die roll. Well, I mean, it's a turn 1 Sergeant and 3 mana. It's clearly a keeper. I mean, in my head, I struggle to imagine that this is good enough, but like I said, I've been struggling to imagine that this deck is good enough we're on to a third season. So, I mean, we'll play it out. We've got a beat down curve. We've got, some tricks with Parallax Wave to clear a path. Fight the good fight. See what happens. Rah, take that. Yeah. Speaking of the best one-mana creatures of all time, I think Delver of Secrets is probably that creature at this point. So what has he got? Mana Leak or something? Do I even... I mean, I think I cast Steadfast Guard into whatever this is. I mean, it's probably a Mana Leak, but whatever. It's the worst card in my hand, right? His cards are so cheap, he's probably going to be able to leave it up. Oh, it's just cantrips. Even better. Thought Scour spills a couple lands into his yard. Snapcaster and an island. Now what? Geist isn't that scary to me. I can fight 2/2s. We can fight ground 2/2s into ground 2/2s all day. I'm fine with that. What is he holding? I mean, I think I'm just going to sit on Sergeant now. Oh, yeah. I actually thought about playing the second Ramosian Sergeant to guard against this. Now Mana Leak, and I've got a backup. Yeah, when Delver plays, now he's just a bad blue-white control deck. Like, with no creatures? He's gone 3 turns without... He's cast what? Cantrip, 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 Mana Leak. Oh, that's annoying. He's got 1 creature that he randomly milled. Hilariously, am I supposed to just wax? Just like 2 to the face? I don't think he has any enchantments. Like, it's either that or I'm spending my 1 mana on a second Sergeant? That doesn't sound very exciting. Oh, sure. I'm going to win a fight here, I guess. Alright. Snapcaster Mage. Yeah, what's he getting a flashback to? It's a good question. Vapor Snag. Tough but fair. Alright, well, I don't really want to... So what do? I just let these trade? Yes. And then I play another Ramosian Sergeant so that even when he Vapor Snags, I'll still have an active Sergeant. Alright, do I get a Searcher? I mean, it's not like I have an infinite supply of Steadfast Guards. I think I do get a Steadfast Guard. The fact that he has a 1/1, has the ability to make 1/1 flyers to block with. And I'm going to have a Searcher anyway. Yeah, I'm just getting Steadfast Guard. Just my next turn, I can either wax or replay Sergeant plus attack and still fetch. I don't know. I mean, Defiant Falcon would allow me to get to Lincivi, but... Yeah, if you're watching the live stream, we are going to play a match of Agricola afterwards. That should be fun. Agricola, definitely one of my favorite board games. Gut shot the sergeant and he caught me tapped out. All right. Maybe I was supposed to get a Defiant Falcon. If he keeps trading cards, though, like I come out ahead, right? He's down to 2 cards. Sure. Restoration Angel. Nothing to flicker. No advantage. And guess what I got? I have a 4/4. Infinite Vapor Snags. That's annoying. Still, I mean, it's a card for card trade. It's not the end of the world. So I can play Sergeant plus guard. It's got to be better to get Lin Civi down. Oh. Let me get out of my combat step. He is empty-handed. He's only got whatever he drew this turn. I'm on, what, a 4-turn clock? Dust Bowl doesn't suck. Alright, what's the most efficient way to use my mana? There's 2 creatures over there. He gets one of them right now anyway, so I'm not sure Dust Bowl and Moorland Haunt is good. If I go Sergeant and Guard, then I can also Lin Civi for a 2. Sounds pretty reasonable. Oh, my clock's actually faster. Right. Oh, it's 4 plus 5? Yeah. But I can make flyers. This race is actually quite close. It's going to leave the 1/1 on defense. Reasonable. No, alright. I could... Yeah, God, I can trade for the 1/1 flyer with a Defiant Falcon. This race is so bizarre. So I can either get a Defiant Falcon to trade with, or I can get a Steadfast Guard to beat down with. Steadfast Guard lets me attack him for 5. Oh, it's a 1/2, isn't it? Defiant Falcon, or is it a 1/1? It's a 1/1, I think. Yeah, 1/1, okay. Huh. Pike is a really good top deck for him if that happens. I think trading has got to be good. I mean, if the game just keeps going... then I win, because I've the ability to draw an extra card every single turn. I just keep putting more creatures into play. How many Sky Marshals do I play? I play multiple, so I can get a 3/3 flyer. Or I can play Chimeric Idol and get a 2/2. Or I can search with both of these guys. He's going to make another 1/1 flyer. So there's something to be said for block and get a 2/2. There's also something to be said for getting a Sky Marshal down. Ah, wow, why is this race so close? Yeah, I mean, I can actually recycle the Fine Falcons and block forever. I think I'm on that plan. Leaving it on defense this time? Okay. See how it is. Second Moreland Hawk. Alright, I kind of want to search 2 creatures. I think it's a Falcon and... Well, I can get 1 Sky Marshal, or I can get a Steadfast Guard and a Falcon. Hard to know exactly what the right pathing is through these scenarios, but getting more and more creatures into play feels pretty good. He doesn't have burn spells other than like a couple random gut shots. Actually think I can attack with the Sergeant now. If I do that, it leaves me up a search for 4 and a search for 1. Or a search for 5. Right. Now he's down to just Resto. Which, like I said, I can block approximately forever. Vapor Snag can mess me up, but I mean, if I start blocking now, then it's not going to mess me up. Pike plus Vapor Snag can mess me up. But he's gone through what? 1, 2 snags? Snapcasters obviously help. Well, he's forced to play defense. Awesome. So, what do I get? I can get a 3 and a 1. Or I can get a 5. I think getting a 5 is pretty good. Now, I want to attack with anything where Wax can beat up a Resto Angel. Eventually I draw Parallax Wave, and then he's just dead. I mean, he might have a snag by now, but I kind of think he doesn't. The little rebel deck that could! It's so much fun winning with this deck. It is such a motley assortment of just terrible creatures by modern standards. Oh, so much fun. Alright. Armageddon seems terrible against him. Seal of Cleansing blows up Runechanter's Pike, which feels like a problem, although I can also block it forever. Where is he? He's got one random mutagenic Necro, some gut shots. What does he bring in? None of these cards do anything. Oh, he gets a sword. He gets a sword and another gut shot. Yeah, I think his equipment is insane against me, so I want these, I want the Seal of Cleansing. I'm not in love with Wax Wayne in this matchup. Obviously, it's just Wax. Just pretty bad. Exile Black Creature doesn't do anything. Erhnageddon doesn't feel good against him. Wrath is okay. Megiddo's okay. I mean, I feel like my game plan is just what I just did. Like, play out some creatures, trade with his guys. Megiddo, it's like 5 mana 3/3, discard 2 cards to get a Wrath effect. Yeah, this guy, I should probably take this guy out. I thought it was kind of hilarious. He was actually in the main deck when Kai won the Pro Tour. I moved him to the sideboard. Obviously, you can't play him, and there's no mirror match by definition in this format, so... But he's just hilarious, right? Yeah, that's what you get for starting with historical lists. Alright. Wax was really good. I'm gonna leave 1 in the deck. It's fine. It's hilarious to me that I've still got Thermal Glider in. Protection from red is terrible, but you do 1 flyer, it doesn't suck. Alright, we'll try this draw. No Sergeant, though. Turn 1 Sergeant last game definitely helped. Not like he said I turn 1 Delver. No, that's a good card. Mana Leak. Okay, Delver. Well, I mean, Linsivvy seems pretty good here, right? Never-ending supply of random dorky creatures. Yeah, she's good enough to be banned and block constructed. Obviously, most of the Rebels cost more. You pay 4 mana to get a 2-drop. You pay 3 mana to get a 1-drop. But she's just X-tap to get an X. So he should flip because he set this up with Ponder. Yeah, there's Gut Shot. And it's Gut Shot, which I should keep in mind. Alright. What else does he have? Kind of have to figure out whether I want to spend my mana searching or whether I want to set up a Parallax Wave. I mean, I can search for Thermal Glider, block trade. Oh god. Okay, he cannot equip. But I have my Seal of Cleansing. God, I can do Seal of Cleansing Parallax Wave shenanigans. Not sure that's worth it though. Like, whatever, remove Delver forever, but I need to kill Sword. So... If I wave, then he has nothing to equip the sword onto. I think I seal the sword and get it too. Means I'm taking another insect hit. I don't think port is worth it. He's down to 3 cards. Like... I don't think he has an instant speed way to save it, but I don't particularly want to find out. I'm not going to port because I want to spend my mana searching out ye old-fashioned steadfast guard. Or maybe if he goes Pike, I have to think about jumping with Defiant Falcon. He'd be hitting me for 5. I'd probably survive that. I don't think so. Delver hits gets it done here. Like I might even be able to erase that. But whatever. I'm getting Thermal Glider next turn. So I guess hypothetically I could get a Searcher here in case he's sitting on some sort of bounce spell or some way to interact with Linsivy. Gut-shotting Linsivy, okay. You have 3 gut shots? Seriously? I don't know what's going on. Why is he gut-shotting Linsivy? What do you mean? Ugh. If I don't get to untap with Linsivy, maybe he's trying to get me to search for a Searcher? I don't know what's going on. Now he can Snapcaster Gut Shot? I don't know. Sending a message, maybe?
Hey, Randy.
What? Yeah.
If you're there, pick up.
Yeah, what did you do?
Well, I wanted to wait for your search to be over and then continue my path.
Oh, you don't have a stop set on your own end step. Yeah, nobody has a stop set on their own end step.
So I'm going to continue with my path, and you don't have an untapped Linsivy, and I totally have a Snapcaster Mage in hand, and I've lost all my life. So I'm going to go ahead and make that happen.
Yeah, fair enough.
So your Linsivy is dead. Ha! Take 2 more, Linsivy. All right, good enough.
Well, you need to play the Snapcaster too, right?
But I will. We have to wait for this to... There you go.
Yeah, I never have a stop set on my own end step too. I always mess it up. Like when I have a relevant thing, I mess it up the first time and then get it right with the next times I play that.
That's exactly what I did. Is I then set it.
Yep,
I'm like,
yep.
well, that's not going to work.
Been there. All right, Linsivy is dead. Yeah, and you were right to wait. I don't know.
Right. I wanted that to happen first, and I'm like, oh, I'm just going to wait. So there. And I've lost all my life. Okay. See you on the other side.
I don't know. Maybe I was supposed to get a Searcher. I mean, I have a Divine Vanguard in my hand. Interesting. So is this wave? Yeah, I think it's wave since I have a 3 and a 3. So next, it's way more mana efficient to play the wave. May have a mana... Oh, he's out of cards. Yeah, he can't have a mana leak. Sure, he makes a 1/1. Clearly want to kill the 1/1 forever, and I think it's worth getting rid of Delver for 3 or 4 turns. New Delver. Alright. If you're just joining us, this Lin Civi is dead. Stops got set wrong, things happened, but Lin Civi is dead. A searcher and a beater. I mean, I'm definitely ahead. Is he gonna flip? I don't want him to flip, that's for sure. Swing and a miss. Bah! Ponder. Interesting. Now, I can go get something that trades. I think I'm gonna not waive that because I don't want to give him his creatures back. I want to buy turns for my searcher to do what searchers can do. I mean, unless he comes up with a Rune Chanter's Pike, obviously. If he comes up with equipment, then I have to waive. If this Ponder doesn't give him a relevant thing, and he's top decking, note. So this is going to need 5 to go get anybody up to 4. So he basically gets Lin Civi. So I'm going to have 7 mana. So with 2 left over, which isn't enough to actually do anything, because it's 3 to use Lin Civi's other ability. Tight game. Yeah, Chimeric Idol is mildly awkward in that I want to attack with him, which means I have to tap on my land, so I'm going to have to search main phase instead of waiting. But this is what you had to do to get a 3/3 creature back in the day. Alright, so he has a card in his hand. I don't know what it is. I'm going to take 3. Delver deck does look a lot better when it plays Delver. That is a true story. More spells. God, this Delvers, yeah. Snapcaster into Ponder? Alright, well, that's not the end of the world. I mean, his 2/1s are 2-for-1s. I have infinite for 1s when it comes to dorky creatures. And it is actually infinite. Lin Civi can put them back after I trade them. Not this Lin Civi. This Lin Civi's dead. Future Lin Civi. Did not shuffle. Alright. Yes, I mean, I should port that, but he's just going to float mana, and I can't clear my attack. Because I have to do this first main phase so I can activate the Chimeric Idol. Blah, blah, blah. Alright. I just get Thermal Glider, right? It's pro-red. It can be Vapor Snagged. Oh, it's Thermal Glider or it's Lin Civi. That is an interesting question. It's probably Lin Civi. Yeah, it's Lin Civi, because then next turn I can search twice, and I'm at 11. Also, Lin Civi blocks Snapcaster pretty well. sorry, that one Linsivy, we decided to declare it dead. He messed up his stops, and so 2 gut shots and a Snapcaster were all supposed to happen during his own end step after I activated it. And he didn't have the stop set right, but we just pretended that we implemented the play he intended. So, now we have a fresh new living Linsivy. More ponders. Kind of need him to not find equipment, is I think where we're at. Because my Parallax Wave is running out. He did not shuffle. He's got no creatures from Moorland Haunt. Yeah, I'm going to take 3. Now I can search with both of these. 5 plus... Actually, I have 3 left over. So I can get a pair of 3s if that's what I want to get. Wow. He had a stuff. I do want to attack with Chimeric Idol, don't I? Yeah, I mean I do. He's at 11. It's just going to be Thermal Glider instead, Fast Guard. Hilariously, I do not have a good blocker for Snapcaster this turn. Because I have to do this main phase because of stupid Chimeric Idol. But, what are you going to do? Attack for 3, that's what you're going to do. Eight to 8. Tight game. Pretty interesting one. This matchup is not a blowout like I thought. I mean, the Delver cards look better, but like the details of how the matchup plays definitely favor Rebels. Like just my ability to get a never-ending supply of dorky creatures is better than his ability to play super amazing, individual super amazing creatures. Like it's still a 3-2 and a 2-1, so just a supply of dorks is pretty good against him. So he's building up to Moorland Haunt. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's his play. But this is my play. Just make more guys. These searchers are going to beat your Moorland Haunt, dude. You're going to get a ground Delver back. I can put Thermal Glider back into my library with Linsivy if I need to. 6 mana every turn. Thermal Glider is back. Hilarious. Can't even gut shot Thermal Glider. Protection from red coming up big. More Snapcasters. God, that card is so much better than everything in my deck. Snap more ponders, yeah? Yeah, do what you gotta do. Interesting. I wonder if I can attack with Defiant Vanguard for a turn. Alright, so he did not shuffle, but he did play a land. He gets a Delver back. Ooh. That's a good card. He might have a mana leak. Wow. I mean, I can attack for 5, and the best thing he can do is trade... Oh no, he's up to Moorland Haunt. He may trade, like, Snapcaster Token for Chimeric Idol. Kind of want this Parallax Wave in play. That's what I want. So I can port his Haunt, force him to tap his mana, then he won't have Mana Leak mana, and I can drop Parallax Wave. I'll even have enough mana left over to Lin Civvy for a 1. That sounds like the play. Oh, at 2. Yeah, 6 lands in that pile, I think. Yeah. You want your guy? I want you to tap your mana. Funny. Okay, so now he doesn't have a guy. He's pondered, so Delver is almost certainly flipping. Wow, he declined. Almost certainly has to have Mana Leak, right? He declined to make a 1/1. Clearly doesn't want me to play this Parallax Wave. Ooh. I guess I could wave and pay for Mana Leak on a future turn. I can Steadfast Guard and search for a 4. I can search for a 5. I can put Thermal Glider on the bottom and search for a 3. Steadfast Guard and another Defiant Vanguard sounds okay to me. Like, Delver's gonna flip. But I can Parallax Wave with Mana Leak mana next turn. Yeah, I mean, I could have done that this turn, but like I really didn't want him to make a 1/1 that could block. Maybe I should have just Parallax Waved with... I think Vanguard's the best I can get here. Lin Civvy's a legend, obviously. I think I like Vanguard better than Defiant Falcon. I think. Oh, if he goes... The problem is if he goes Rune Chanter's Pike, he just kills me. Alright, I'll get a flying blocker. Yeah, I don't want to die to Rune Chanter's Pike. If he has Vapor Snag and Rune Chanter's Pike, hats off to him. He just gets to win. Then I feel stupid for not doing Parallax Wave with Mana Leak to pay. But let's see what happens. Vapor Snag. Surely he doesn't also have the Pike. Yeah, I wasn't really thinking about... I probably should have done Parallax Wave to start last turn. I wasn't thinking about the fact that I had enough mana to pay for a Mana Leak. And the thing is, I like using my mana. Obviously, I got 2 creatures instead for my trouble. and gave him an opportunity to make a mistake. All right, well, if he's bouncing Steadfast Guard, that's got to be good for me. He's at 3. I can go to 4. This smells like a Restoration Angel. If he goes Restoration Angel on Snapcaster, Flashback Vapor Snag, that's all very good. I think I'm supposed to try to trade Falcon for Snapcaster. I still have lethal with Parallax Wave. Yeah, I'm willing to go to 4. It's a legit trade, okay. Oh, timely reinforcements? Oh my god. All of a sudden he controls less creatures than me and has less life than me. What just happened? Actually, it doesn't matter with Parallax Wave, does it? Alright, he has 1 card. Hypothetically, it's Mana Leak. So I do Parallax Wave. I get 5 counters. That's 4. That's just lethal. Wait, he's at 9. It's not actually lethal, but it's really, really, really good. Great. How many of his guys do I want to wave? I feel like I want the ability to wave future haunt tokens. Do I attack? I think I want to attack with Vanguard here. If he's going to double block, I get a token for free. This feels like Steadfast Guard and Lyn Civi for 3. And then attack with the Vanguard. Falcon or Vanguard? I think it's Vanguard, right? Isn't the 2/2 relevant? Also, it gives me a 2 to get in the future. This card's so good. Parallax Wave's just insane. Sure. Obviously can't let Delver hit me. I'm at 4. You can make a Moreland Haunt. I can activate Idle and then leave Lyn Civi on defense with the ability to search for a Sergeant, which is kind of hilarious. Nah, it's time to get 3/3 flyer though, right? I have 9, possibly 10 mana. 8, 9, 10, so I can get a 5 and I can search with a Vanguard. good. Oh, or I can put Thermal Glider on the bottom. What would I rather have? I kind of like attacking with. I like attacking with my Vanguards. So I'm going to put the Thermal Glider on the bottom of my library. Oh, is this lethal? It's lethal barring Vapor Snag. But then I run out of Parallax Wave counters. Man, I don't see any reason to go for it here. Like, if he has a Vapor Snag or a Snapcaster Vapor Snag or a Resto Angel, then life sucks. So I'm not going to attempt to clear all his blockers out of the way. Just let him trade them for my dorks. That's a jump. Yeah, jump take 6. Works for me. Unbelievable. Is this Rebels deck going to be Delver? Is that actually a thing that's... Oh my god, the Rebels deck beats Delver. That is actually a thing that just happened. Shadow, oh my god!
Can we rename that deck Parallax Wave? Because then I won't feel so bad losing to it.
You didn't lose to Rebels, you lost to Parallax Wave?
I lost to Parallax Wave. I lost to the Wave. I'm okay with that. Like, this deck does not have enough creatures. It has not enough threats to deal with a single Parallax Wave.
Yes, fair. Oh, Rebels. That's awesome.
Rebels, not being relegated. We learned this today.
Still, it can still get... No, it can't get relegated, right? It can't go 0-2.
Can't go 0-2.
Rebels will be back! Rebels will be back for another season of tormenting Shadow with Parallax Wave. Ah.